Traders, welcome back to another price action trading lesson. Today's market started out with an uptrend working higher with a break and a new extreme. We then had a correction with a downtrend working lower with a break and a new low here. And this is more so like an area development. We're seeing the price is going to continue working lower. We could draw the wider downtrend, or are we going to reverse higher? Which in fact we did. We got an uptrend working higher here with a break and a new high. The market opened around this area here. So after the break in a new high, I saw it as like two broad, like a visual two-legged pullback, a broad two legs, which you can see nicely on a higher time frame. We have a downtrend working lower here. We had a break in a new high, so this is more so just an area of development to see what our price is going to do. Are we going to reverse lower? Are we going to form some trading range? Are we going to continue working higher? So you have a downtrend working lower with a break and a new low here. Then I had an uptrend working higher. I didn't have this wider uptrend when I was watching this live. This is a downtrend that I drew after the fact, after I saw this push up here. So after this break and a new low here, and we had the push above the EMA, and it retraced so much of this move down, and it was clear that there must be some wider downtrend here with a break and a new low, which then reversed into a wider uptrend, which you can see here very nicely. So once again, when we pushed higher here, that's when I drew this wider downtrend with a break and a new low, and the structure of the market cycle changed when it was confirmed with this push up into a trading range. As you can see, we're working quite sideways. You have a leg down here with a break and a new low, then an uptrend working higher. So moves up and down inside this trading range. So we have an uptrend working higher with the first entry short pullback, second entry short failure here. This is a failed second entry short. Problem is we're below the EMA. I wanted to see this above the EMA with a nice signal bar, but good context for a failed second entry short here. So now we're working higher and we're just looking for the second entry long all the way up. You have these nice geometric formations here. So we're looking for that second entry long. We don't get it here. We push up. We're looking for the second entry long. We don't get it here. These are just first entries working higher. This is a decent uptrend working higher here. At this point, we're still looking for that second entry long. So let's see what happens here. We get the first entry long. We have a downtrend working lower here, a push higher, and we have the break in the new extreme here. So now this uptrend played out with the break in a new high. And I'm looking to see if we're going to push below the EMA back into this trading range and continue the structure of range, or are we going to continue working higher? What's the next market cycle is going to be? So we had the two legs up. We led into the next market cycle as a trading range. So this is an area of development for me after the break in new high to see what's next here. So you can see we have a downtrend working lower with a break and a new extreme. I'm still waiting to see what the next market cycle is going to be. The fact that we pushed above the EMA here, excuse me, the fact that we're pushing above the EMA here is a bad sign for the bears. If this trading range was going to be the pattern, we should have pushed back into the range like this. So the fact that there's a small support forming here, and we're back above the EMA is telling us, hey, there's continued bullish bias here. So it's not in fact acting as a trading range for this range. But you can see we push higher here and then we're just getting quite sideways. So I went ahead and drew a new support here and a new resistance. So we transformed and from this trading range into this smaller one. And inside these small trading range, I'm just sticking to these tight channels. We have a downtrend with a break in a new extreme. Then we have this uptrend working higher here. Here. Uptrend working higher with a break in a new high. Then we have this downtrend working lower with a tiny break and a new extreme, and you can see we're back above the EMA again. So this here is a failed breakout out of this small trading range. So I was looking for some higher low here to confirm the failed breakout. At this point, downtrend played out with a break and a tiny new extreme. Unfortunately, we didn't get no ticks lower here in order to get the lower high. So we just continued pushing higher after this failed breakout. So I have this little small spike in a channel working higher at this point. I wouldn't have this wider channel at the moment. I was playing this little spike in a channel. So I'm considering some second entry long at the EMA. Let's see if we can get it here. So we get the first entry long and first entry long straight to the new extreme. So we have a break and a new high of the uptrend. So after the break and new high of the uptrend, this is more so of an area of development for me. I'm looking to see if prices are going to pull back into this range or if we're going to continue working higher. You can see so much of a bullish imbalance inside this range here and then this range here. You can see a lot of higher lows. So I'm curious to see what the next market cycle is going to be. Are we in fact going to pull back into these ranges, or are we going to continue working higher? So let's see what happens. And you can see a strong move up. So this is already a first sign that, hey, this may be a little bit more bullish than anticipated. And then when we push up here, this wider channel here gets confirmed. You have your first swing, second swing, and third swing here. So now I'm playing this wider channel here, and I'm looking at that second entry long at the EMA. So we have first entry long here. Can we get a second entry long at the EMA? And you get the second entry long, which would form here, but it's just way too far from the EMA inside bar. But you can see here, you get these nice two legs back. You can see the first leg here, excuse me, the first leg here, pull back, and the second leg here. So you get that nice two-legged pullback is what we look for. So I was considering some higher low above the EMA, which you do get the higher low here. Problem is, on my chart, this signal bar is not well. The setup bar was a bullish bar, then the signal bar was a bearish bar, so it's just unenterable on my chart. I needed to see some stronger bullish bar here. But context is great for a higher low. You had the first leg down, second leg down, so you know the bearish bias is depleted. So a higher low here would have been a great high probability setup to take advantage of this uptrend needing a new extreme. And now uptrend played out with a break and a new extreme here. So once again, another area of development. Like before, it's definitely more bullish. It's definitely giving more bullish market structure, but we need a little bit more confirmation in order to trust some wider uptrend. But it's definitely giving vibes of some wider uptrend here. So let's see what happens. Got a first entry long, second entry long, but we're below the EMA here. And we push lower with this downtrend, and now downtrend played out with a break and a new low. So this is an important area because if we were going to reverse here, we would need to see a stronger downtrend. And the fact that the downtrend played out with a break and a new extreme tells us, okay, now it's definitely clear that there's some more bullish, definitely clear that there's some more bullish bias here because the downtrend already played out. So if we get that push above the EMA, this would be a nice confirmation that this wider uptrend would be in play. So I'm looking for that failed second entry short above the EMA to take advantage of this uptrend being in play and the new push phase starting. So let's see what happens here. We get a first entry short here, pullback, second entry short failure. So the failed second entry short actually formed here, which is what we're looking for. Problem is, it formed below the EMA and another inside bar. So I need to see something above the EMA in order to trust that the next push phase is going to start here. So we pushed above the EMA here. So I'm starting to think about some second entry long, once again, to take advantage of the next push phase. So we have first entry long. I was looking for a second entry long here, but we got no tick lower here. So this is still part of the first entry long. So it's a shame, but if we would have got one tick lower here in this nice little second entry long, this would have a great high probability setup to take advantage of the next push phase starting. So let's see what happens next. So nothing changed. I'm still looking for the second entry long because now we're the channel held and now we're on our push up. And you can see first entry long working again. So channel's confirmed. We're looking for the second entry long at the EMA. You can see a nice downtrend working lower with some overshoot here. You have a first entry short. Had there been a second entry short here, I'm really not a fan of the second entry short because I like to trade with the trend. So I just want to see this downtrend play out with a break in a new extreme and some failed second entry short above the EMA to take advantage of this uptrend needing a new high, as this was the first break of this main uptrend here. So I get the first entry short here, which is great. So I like to see the failed second entry short above the EMA now that the downtrend played out. So we have first entry short pullback, second entry short failure, which is a great context for a failed second entry short. Problem is on my chart, I have this bearish bar, and by the time I get a double bar entry, it's already so high up, the scalp is pretty much already made. So if you guys had a nice failed second entry short on your chart, this would be a great setup to consider. Downtrend played out with a break in a new extreme. First break of this main channel. Uptrend needs a new high. Great setup for a failed second entry short. Unfortunately, I just didn't get a good bar on my chart. So now we have this uptrend working higher, and I'm considering some second entry long at the EMA. So let's see here. I have a first entry long. Can we get some second entry long here? Downtrend played out with a break and a new low. No second entry long, but downtrend played out with a break and a new extreme here. So now when I'm watching this, I can see this first leg down, a broad break, and a second leg down. You can see this very well on a higher time frame. So I can see this nice two-legged pullback, very similar to what we saw over here. This is just a little bit bigger. First leg up, break, second leg up. Very similar to here. First leg down, break, second leg down. And you get the same idea here. First leg down, break, second leg down. So I was starting to think about some failed second entry short above the EMA. We have first entry short pullback. And I was thinking about a failed second entry short here, but you can see we already have a tiny break and a new extreme of the uptrend, and we're back below the EMA. So now I'm just kind of sitting on my hands. I need to see something above the EMA in order to trust that the support is going to hold and that we're still expecting a new extreme of the uptrend. I'm not giving up on the uptrend because there's definitely a bullish bias, and two, we traded up into this range. So there's definitely bullish bias. I just need to see some push above the EMA to trust it. So downtrend played out the break into extreme. You can see the support holding here. So I'm thinking about some second entry long at the EMA. Second entry long at the EMA here. So if we count from the lowest low, I have a first entry short pullback. A second entry short failure would be decent to take here. You know, we could also potentially get some second entry long here. So let's see if we can get some nice bullish setup here. This higher low just formed way too far from the EMA, and with the body here, and it's just close so high up. So I'm looking for that failed second entry short or potentially some second entry long here. So let's see if we can get it. And we're back below the EMA. So this isn't good for the bulls, but I'm not giving up on it. I want to see if the support ends up holding, because once again, we traded up into this range. So there's definitely a bullish bias, and this uptrend still needs a new high. We have a broad two-legged pullback. So if this support holds, this would be a great chance for the bulls to take control and see the new high of this uptrend. And you can see here we have the first entry long pullback, second entry long right off of the support. So this is a decent setup to consider, but you have an even better setup right after. You have the higher low confirmation of the second entry long, and then you even have icing on the cake right after that. If you count from the lowest low, you have the first entry short pullback, second entry short failure. Great high probability setup. Everything aligns here. Two-legged pullback, support's holding, uptrend still needs a new high. We traded up into this, so we definitely have a bullish bias. Downtrend depleted at this point, so bears have depleted because of this two-legged pullback. So everything is telling us that the market's bullish at this point. And these are perfect high probability setups to take advantage of the uptrend needing a new high here. And you can see this higher low confirming the second entry long and this failed second entry short. First entry short pullback, second entry short failure, icing on the cake. So these are two great high probability setups. I'll go ahead and mark these. Failed second entry short and the higher low here. And you can see how the market rocketed higher here. Unfortunately, we couldn't take these in real time because we're already after market close. So these are only for educational purposes only. But if we got these during the day, these would definitely be some great high probability setups to take advantage of. So yeah, guys, I hope this video was helpful for you guys. I'll kind of go through it really quickly in summary. So we had the nice downtrend, the uptrend with a break in a new high, first leg up, downtrend break new low, uptrend break new high, and you can see this nice visual two-legged pullback. We then transformed into this small trading range. After we pushed higher, we were able to confirm that we were in some trading range here. We had an uptrend with a break in a new high, which even went to a tighter trading range here, the smaller range. So we're sticking to these tight channels, breaking a new low, breaking a new high, downtrend break new low. This was an important area. We have this failed breakout with a little spike in a channel with a break in a new high. From this trading range, we transfer it into an uptrend here. Nice two-legged pullback break, new extreme of the uptrend. Then when we're back above the EMA here, we're so sideways that we're able to draw our support and resistance. We had an uptrend like this, but our main structure would be this wider uptrend. At this point, we have our first swing, second swing, third swing. Great area for a failed second entry short. Unfortunately, it just didn't form well on our chart, and a great area for a second entry long. Unfortunately, we just didn't get that tick lower here. But these are great areas for some high probability setups here. We had the first break of the main uptrend. Downtrend played out with a break and a no extremes. We're looking for that failed second entry short, and we get it here. Problem is, it's just a bad signal bar. So once again, another great area for a high probability setup. Just didn't form well. We get that nice two-legged pullback. Bears have depleted at this point. Support's holding. So we're just looking to see some push above the EMA and a nice high probability setup above the EMA. Take advantage of this uptrend needing a new high. The range support holding. Downtrend played out with a break in a new low. Nice two-legged pullback. Can we get it? We get the nice second entry long here off of the support. We get a higher low here. It's confirmation of the second entry long. And we get the icing on the cake, the failed second entry short. Uptrend still needs a new high. Downtrend played out with the two-legged pullback. Support's holding. Everything aligns for the market to continue going higher. And sure enough, you see that rocket higher here. So, yeah, guys, I hope this video was helpful for you guys. If this was beneficial for you guys, feel free to hit that like button. If you have any questions, feel free to comment below. I actually have a trading community where I post charts in real time, and I'm here to answer any questions you guys may have. If that's of any interest to you guys, please feel free to check out that link below in the description. But other than that, guys, I hope you guys had a good trading day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you.